Welcome to episode 6 of my Let's Play series, a series that has stayed slow and kind of empty throughout its life, with every episode promising to be better than the last with a new idea and an even bigger creation that would be an even bigger disappointment. But no more if you didn't catch the last episode or you didn't watch till the very end where I showed a teaser of what I've been working on. Whoa, okay, what is going on here? Well, as I said, it's finally time for me to advance. Throughout this entire series, I've kind of been stuck in a place where I'm comfortable and haven't really been progressing. But first of all, I think I need to get a little more powerful, and a good place to start with that would be netherite gear, but it's going to take a little while to get there. To start, I was going to need an iron farm, so I went with the decent design from the creator Voltrox. The original design is meant to go in the ground, but I didn't want to deal with iron golems spawning in underground caves, and I thought it would look cooler. Anyway, the next part of the iron farm requires villagers, so I started by bridging out to a village. For some reason, I thought it was a good idea to bring my dog's village. I started building a water tower thing to bring the villagers up, but most died from drowning or just falling off, except 2 villagers who somehow survived, so I then lured the villagers into boats and started taking them back home. After a very long journey, I finally got close to my base and accidentally fell off the bridge. This doesn't really matter, I just had to lure the villager back up to the bridge and not to, I don't know, kill it? It's a simple concept. But don't worry, I still had another villager. Okay, never mind, time for plan B, which was to bridge to another village. I took all the villagers and slowly but surely got them up this tower thing and started bringing them back home. This time I actually did manage to get 2 villagers, and then I started breeding the villagers and bringing them up through a water elevator in my iron farm. I also needed 4 zombies, which is a little more challenging, but I made it work. After getting all the villagers and zombies ready, I covered up the area. I then started sending villagers by rails to an underground area, which was soon going to be a trading farm. After a bunch of excavating, planning, gathering, building, breeding, and pushing, I then trapped the villagers, which was not the easiest process for some, but I quickly got the hang of it. I then started to make a long row of hoppers from the iron farm to the trading farm to transport iron between them. I then started to trade with the villagers and finally got some diamond armor, which was well needed. I then started collecting the balls from some men, and then harvesting the rods from some blazes, and then I made some ender balls and threw them up in the air. After following them, it led me to a stronghold. After digging down, finding the stronghold, getting attacked, and almost losing all of my stuff in the lava, I died and had to go all the way back. But finally, it's time for me to go to the end. Once I entered the end, the dragon wasn't very pleased and flung me across the map. So I destroyed all of the ender crystals, then after some beating to the both of us, I killed the dragon and took its egg. I then started bridging out to the end cities, going to a ship, getting my well-deserved elytra, and heading home. Next on the agenda is a creeper farm, cause I'm going to need a lot of gunpowder for things like rockets and most importantly TNT. I decided to use the design by the creator Waddles. It's not exactly the fastest creeper farm, but it's fine for now. After finally finishing the farm, creepers were spawning and now I had a lot of gunpowder. I made some rockets so now I can fly around, which makes travel a lot easier. I then made a new sugarcane farm, but it sucks and I need a better one. I got some sand, made some TNT to get more sand, to get more TNT. I needed another villager trading farm, so after after building another one right beside the original, I started working on trading with these librarians. I need librarians so I can put enchantments on my gear, and I had a full 14 librarians, so I expected that getting enchantments was going to be a lot easier, but in reality it just made things a lot harder. So what I should have done was just isolated one villager away from the rest of them. Next, it was time for ancient debris mining, so I dug a tunnel, lit the TNT, blew the entire place up, and searched for ancient debris. I then decided to get an auto clicker and kill the creepers while I AFK'd all night. When I came back the next morning, I was happy to see a lot of gunpowder, which means more TNT and more ancient debris. I continued to work on the enchanting books and then AFK'd at my iron farm. So more netherite mining, and then after taking the ancient debris home, I cooked it up and then started upgrading my gear. After I was done, I had almost perfectly enchanted netherite armor. So I flew around my base marveling at my new gear and wondered, where do we go from here? I mean, we've done all this work, but what do we do next? Well, we're going to go back to what's kind of been the heart of the series, the base. But before we do all that, a new addition to my Minecraft worlds, mods. I'll do a brief explanation of all the mods, like Optifine, which lets you have more control over the Minecraft game, making it easier to turn down settings to your liking, as well as boosting the frame rate and adding a zoom feature. The next mod is the replay mod, which gives you access to an in-game camera. This makes it easy for more cinematic shots. Limatica allows you to create a 3D blueprint of whatever you want, so you can take a design from one world and be able to recreate it in another. And finally, Axiom, a new revolutionary mod that gives Minecraft players so many tools for building. Now, the creator Red Lion 5 has a really good video explaining some of the many features and abilities that this mod has. So I will link that and all the other videos that I talked about in the description. Now, after making a new creative world, I started with the pretty straightforward cylinder, but one of the most complicated parts was the staircase. I wanted a staircase spiraling down the tunnel, but as Minecraft is a cube game, trying to make a circular staircase on a cylinder structure wasn't very easy. But after getting the pattern down, I figured it out. Going all the way down in the staircase are going to be other little tunnels or hallways down to other areas. Maybe one will go to my villager trading farm, on another to the nether, one to the end, maybe one to another base, all kinds of things. Another thing that I added was an upgrade to the entrance because it needed a lot of work. You see, I wanted to make this entrance elytra proof so then you can easily fly around the whole thing and get in a lot easier. At the bottom, I tried to create sort of a sphere expanding outwards so then we could have more room to walk around the bottom of the tunnel. That's pretty much how far I got into the planning aspect, and as this is going to take a very long time to build, I should probably start mining the area in the actual world. We've done a lot in this episode, everything from talking about the little teaser trailer and explaining what happened, finally getting some actual mods and getting to use them on a new design, and then getting some really good progress on the new base. But we are not done, we're not even close to being done. You see, I have a lot of plans for the future, and we need to finish this base. In the next episode, we will hopefully start building the actual tunnel, including the staircase and the new entrance. But that's gonna be all. The next episode will be linked somewhere on the screen if it's already out. Anyway, I hope you liked the video, and as always, you should subscribe. Bye!